have participants in-house, and of course, we have professionals, veterans also that are virtually connected with us today. We do have some guests in-house and virtually, and I'd like to please indulge either if you're online or if you're in person. If you can see the screen, we'd just like to know a little bit about yourself. What is your name? What brought you to Toastmasters today? What are you hoping to gain from Toastmasters today? And just to share something about you, something fun about you in 1 minute. So if that's okay, I'd like to start maybe from the in-house. Is that okay? Sure.
Oh, that's not me. All right, my name is Chris Earhart. I don't know how much information you want. You got my name. What brought you to Toastmasters today? My car. What are you hoping to gain from the experience? Be a better speaker. There you go. Straightforward. Can you share a bit about your background and what you're passionate about? So my background, I'm a native Houstonian, went to U of H. People are giving me a thumbs down already. Look at that. Went to UH, met my lovely wife here. Passionate about my wife and my family and my work. There you go. I got 2 kids, and I'm running a small accounting firm where we're agnostic, but predominant amount of our clients are dental and legal, a little bit of hospitality and construction. So we do compliance work, bookkeeping, tax, a sprinkle of advisory. There we go.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris. Right. We also have.
So I'll stand up.
To my right here, please.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tammy Korb. I am here at Toastmasters because I have a fear of presenting. I'm okay in small groups. You get me in front of an audience and my mind shuts down. So I'm here because I can do a scripted presentation, no problem, but you get me to do something impromptu. And again, my mind does not want to get the words out. So I'm hoping to be able to overcome that. If you're not learning, you're not growing. I've actually been wanting to come here for a very, very long time. Jorge knows that. I mentioned it to him probably about a year ago, and finally decided that it was time to walk through the door. Little something interesting about me, I actually hate to fly, but love aviation. Like love watching planes, love being at the airport, love everything about travel, but being in a plane. So thank you for welcoming me, and I'm glad I don't have a speech to give tonight, but I will be happy to soon. Thank you. Thanks.
And since you love traveling, adventure, I like to recommend that Abby is really gifted in that area. He does a lot of photography and also a lot of traveling as well. So you might just want to connect with him later.
And I love photography too. I have a brand new mirrorless camera that I don't know how to use.
It's
meant to be.
All right, thank you.
Like aviation, Wings Over Houston. If you haven't been, you should check it out.
For the first time.
Nice,
It's amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We also have a few of our people that have joined online. Rose James, is that okay? Would you be able to just share a few things about yourself? Is that okay?
Of course it's okay. Hello, everybody. My
Hello.
name is Rose James. Thank you for welcoming me to Toastmasters today. So the question you might be asking yourself is, why is she here? I am here because Tosin, that's standing right there in front of you guys, has been inviting me for a year. So you have him to thank for that. What do I hope to gain from the experience? I absolutely love what the last speaker said. I am here to continue to grow my craft. I made the same statement you just made in another forum this morning. If you are not growing, fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share a little bit about yourself, about your background? No, I cannot. I will share a lot. I am an avid speaker. I speak at conferences. I am actually working on a presentation right now to give to a company. I also have a daytime job, which is as a portfolio manager in a PMO. So between these two things, I have 2 dogs that keep me extremely busy. My challenge is finding time to sleep. If anybody has any advice on that, I am all ears. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Rose. And Rose, just to tell you that perhaps that request for advice for sleep might take a bit of time, because remember, I did tell you that you should begin to work on your book, remember?
Thank you for reminding me of that. I'd forgotten about that for the past hour, but so grateful that you brought that up.
Absolutely, you're welcome. Okay, and then I think we also have Gail. Gail, would you like to also share a few things about yourself? Gail?
Yes, good evening. Again, my name is Gail Lover. I am, what brought me to the Toastmasters is the invitation from Tosin. He's been sitting in it for a long time. And before that, Mr. Oni was inviting me to your Toastmaster. And because my home club meets at the same time, a little different because they're Pacific, I can come in for about an hour to participate with you. I enjoy going to other Toastmaster clubs to see what they're doing. You always pick up something from another club because everyone has a different atmosphere. I've been a Toastmaster for 26 years. I am a distinguished Toastmaster to the 3rd degree. I'm a president distinguished district governor. You call it district director now. Way back when, 2007, you were called a governor. I am the parliamentarian for District 5, which is California. And I have been your parliamentarian for 3 years straight. 1 year before that, I missed, and the year before that. So 4 years, I have been the parliamentarian for District 56. I am a registered professional parliamentarian, of course, I'm Toastmaster, and I do genealogy work. I'm a certified genealogist. So I do a lot of things that I travel quite a bit, but Toastmasters and parliamentary procedures are my forte. So it's always good to see all these new faces, especially Carl. I met her way back when. She invited me to another club, a new one that was starting up. So, and Mr. Oni, I call him my cousin. And I'm sure Toastin, of course, I see Toastin all the time. And Alex, is that Alex? But it's always good to see the same faces and new faces. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you, Gail. What a privilege to have such a distinguished personnel in our midst today. We want to say thank you, Gail, for your time, for your energy, and for your commitment all of these years into the Toastmaster organization. Thank you again, Gail. Okay, I think we already know Adora already. Yeah, we do. Yeah, Adora, we know you already, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Okay, okay, Adora, I've been corrected today. My bosses here told me that since you're not yet a member, that you have to still say hi and just say a few words, who you are, what has brought you to Toastmasters, if that's okay.
Okay, well, hello everybody. My name is Adora. I joined Toastmasters just like everyone said. I want to go ahead and perfect my public speaking, just, get comfortable speaking on without being prepared, so we're used to having things prepared, but I just want to be a better speaker and learn from those who are doing it well. I am a project manager. Trying to see what else. Hold on, let me pull up the question again. I'm passionate about anything that has to do with leadership and mentoring. So all the roles I've had in the past, I've always been in a position where people are better after they've met me, so that's something that I always keep at the back of my, part of my priorities whenever I'm in the midst of people is to make sure that direct reports or those around me leave better than they came. That's
good.
it. Thank you.
Thank you, Adora. And of course, there's a saying that good leaders are best. The best way to be a great leader is to serve, correct? Now, at this juncture, we would like to invite the Toastmaster for the day, Han. Thank you, Han.
Picture or something? Yeah, video, fireplace. Or a fire pit. Thank you, Tiffany. Hi, everyone. Hot air heart here. It's my husband, Chris. I think everybody already knows. I'm your Toastmaster for today. And I'll be working on our theme. Today's theme is fireside chats. So throughout the meeting, I'll be talking about fireside chats. And we'll be, when we're not sharing a presentation, we'll have that up. And it'll be like we're having a conversation by the fireside. So fireside chats actually came about a long time ago, way back in the caveman days. And everybody would gather together and sit together and tell stories. And they would talk about what's going on in their lives or pass stories down from, like, for instance, the Bible or other stories that they want their kids to remember. And this became a huge tradition, especially around the fireside. So I chose that as a theme to be today's meeting so that we could sit around the fireside and share stories. So we have a large agenda for everybody today. We've got Jorge, who's our general evaluator. So I'm going to hand the meeting over to him, and he's got a team that will support you.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. So the function that I'll be having tonight is the general evaluator. So I'll be evaluating everything about the meeting, including your speeches, presentations, functionaries, timing, everything. So I have an evaluation team that is going to support me tonight. The first person in the evaluation team is our grammarian, which is Chris. Chris, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us about your role, please.
All right. So I need to define the word eloquent, so I figured I would cheat. I've brought ChatGPT. Eloquent refers to the ability to express ideas clearly, fluently, and persuasively, especially in speaking or writing. Someone who is eloquent communicates in a way that is impactful, often using language that is expressive and moving. It also implies a certain grace and effectiveness in conveying thoughts or emotions. So my job as grammarian is capturing these eloquent words that we all use tonight and reviewing those at the end.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. We are going to try to be as eloquent as possible. So the next person of the evaluation team is our counter, is Jade. Jade, if you can please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role.
Yes, of course. Good evening, Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and, you know. I will also listen for filler words such as I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Accountant. Next is our timer. Our timer tonight is going to be Akim, past president and distinguished Toastmaster. Akin, please, can you introduce yourself and introduce your role?
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And our special guest, District Parliamentarian, we welcome you to our meeting. As your timer tonight, I will track 3 segments of this meeting: the prepared speeches, and if we're able to get the table topics, and of course the evaluation. For the prepared speeches, the first speech is going to be 5 to 7. So at 5 minutes, you will see the green light. 6 minutes, you see the yellow light. And 7 minutes, you see the red lights. I'd like you to wrap it up within 29 seconds of that. And then for the 8 to 10 minute speaker number 2, at 8 minutes, you will see the green light. At 9 minutes, you see the yellow light. And at 10 minutes, you see the red light. Again, my rule of thumb is please wrap it up within 29 seconds. Then for the 10, I believe the last speaker is 10 to 15 minutes. I'm just going to keep that simple as well. So at 13 minutes, I'm going to show green. At 14 minutes, yellow. And at 15 minutes, red. Again, let's please wrap it up within 29 seconds of that red light. For the evaluation, if we have table topics, it's going to be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, there will be that light. At 1.5 minutes, there will be the yellow light. And then at 2 minutes, there will be red light. For the evaluation, it's usually 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, you will see the green light. At 2.5 minutes, you'll see the yellow. And then at 3 minutes, you'll see the red light. That's essentially my role tonight, just to keep us on track and make sure that we finish in good time. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmasters. Now for the ballot counter, it will be myself. So after the speakers, after the impromptu speakers and the evaluator, you will be sending your vote for best speaker, best impromptu speaker, and best evaluators. You will, the people online will send them on a private chat to me, your preference, and the people here present, you will write in a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's right here.
And you vote for one of the candidates. And finally, we have 3 evaluators in the evaluation team. The evaluators will be Rafia. Rafia will be evaluator on speech number 1. Han will be evaluator on speech number 2. And finally, Carol will be evaluating speech number 3. So that is the entire evaluation team. With this, I pass the floor back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. So for the first speaker is myself, and can I ask somebody to do me a favor and do my introduction? I don't really want to introduce myself. I have a sheet of paper. You want to? Sure. Do you want to read it, or you can do the introduction? Either way.
I'm gonna read this. I'm like, fly, are you kidding me? I'm going over here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we have Han. Here's an introduction. My wife is Vietnamese and Chinese, and truth be told, I can not pronounce her Vietnamese or her Chinese name correctly. That's, yeah, now I'm the grammarian. Okay. Right, let's see what we have here. Speech title, Art of Storytelling. All right, that sounds like fun. Introduction, Han Earhart graduated from Go Cougs, University of Houston, with a Bachelor's of Science in Information Systems Technology. Fun fact, that's where we met. And then an executive MBA a couple years back, also Go Cougs at U of H. She is a lifelong learner, loves to travel, enjoys reading and time with friends and family. Professionally, she is a delivery leader for one of Cisco's high-touch expert care teams. Okay. She is an account manager for Cisco Systems, not Cisco Foods, and she supports a very large. Can I say who you support? The name of your client? I cannot. Okay.
It's recorded.
Okay. She works for a very large contract, making sure that the customer is taken care of. Things get very heated. She is there to make sure that she knows what's going on and she gets the right people on to, when it is hot in that room and things are not going right, she will explain what they do know, what they're doing to make it diffuse so everyone knows, yes, we're on it. She leads a team that develop and operationalize processes for delivering initiatives that drive efficiency and quality for their customers. With 20+ years of experience in the IT industry, let me introduce Ann Earhart.
Any of you out there know a storyteller? Any of you know a storyteller? Jorge? Top of your head, you can probably.
I know you.
Well, there you go. That works, right? So if you were here last week, I'm doing the same speech. So it's the same speech again. So let me tell you a story. I was working for Cisco. I still am. And this was years ago when the kids were about maybe 3 and 5. They were at the age where they could actually communicate what they want and whatnot. And I was in Seattle at one of our customer meeting, and I got a phone call from my husband. And I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong, because I'm traveling and he usually doesn't call me when I travel. Picked up, he said, nothing's wrong. I was like, oh, thank God. So I said, well, the kids asked me to tell them a story the way you tell it. And I said, I don't tell them a story any different from anybody else. He's like, no, you do. I was like, okay. Oh, well, I act it out. I do a play. I kind of immerse them in the story. And he's like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Bye. Okay, you're welcome. Well, the impact here is this storytelling for kids, our kids, was so impactful, and the way that I immersed them in the story and create the environment that they remembered it very well, and they so much so that they asked for it. So storytelling is not just for us, for readers and authors and movie creators and directors, whatnot. They're for everyone, actually. If you were actually sitting there at a coffee shop with your friend, guess what? They'd be telling you a story about their day, what they're doing, and possibly, hopefully not a bad story about how the day went wrong, but hopefully a good one about how everything went right. But we all know, usually, if you have your best friends by you, or venting, right? So why tell a story? Well, we can bring this back to our business, our work. For instance, last week, you guys also heard about how I brought it back to work. We had a big outage we were taking care of, and I had so many people from different groups and our different technology teams, our different managers, had different engineers. They were all around reaching out to me saying, hey, we heard that there's a big outage going on. Can you help out? I mean, can we do something to help you out? Tell us what you need and we're on it. And it really brought the feeling of one Cisco back to me. Sorry, do we have a timer? And it's hard for me to tell without seeing Akeem, like what the indicators are. Cool, thank you, sorry. Anyways, so it really brought one Cisco together. And I like telling this story because it brings how the company brings all of our engineers, all of our management together just to support a customer or to support an outage to get them back on online. And as you heard from Chris, I work from Cisco, And we work on networks, bring people online, connected to the internet. Anyways, so another story that I like to tell about is actually my husband, since he's here, gave me this idea. He's like, hey, I've been thinking about this analogy. And do we have any race car fans here? You are a race car? Do you like Formula One? Oh, awesome. Then you know what a pit crew is, right? Exactly. So for those of you who don't know a pit crew, is when you're on a race car, whether you're running a track or running a journey or a race, you usually have to stop for gas or change out the tires or fix whatever's going on. And the people who do that is your pit crew. So whether you're changing the tires or you're filling the gas tank or you're fixing whatever is going on, there's a role for everybody in the pit crew. And they're focused on getting that driver, who's the leader, he knows where he's going, he knows what he wants to do, or the customer. And they have what they want to do, and they have direction, but they can't get there because something's wrong. So the pit crew comes in and fixes whatever's wrong. Now, depending on how quickly this pit crew does their job is how quickly that customer, that leader, get back on the road, continue their journey, go win the race. So again, back to One Cisco, as the team that I support is what brings the customer back online quickly. And everybody has a role and everybody needs to do their role. And also, and I'm sure this happens in a pit crew, when someone's absent, someone else needs to step in, or somebody possibly need to, take over that role in addition to their other role to support the customer and get them back online. So for this stories, back to storytelling, it creates a connection with you and the person you're talking to. It also brings them to an understanding. And maybe later on, they'll be able to recall your story and be able to tell it to somebody else. So tell me, I challenge you, and again, I'm stealing this from you. I challenge you all to go out there and use storytelling in your business. Be memorable, be inspirational to those that you interact at work. Thank you. I guess, oh, right now it's for like things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a minute to fill out comments, right? And then you can just, well, whoever the speaker is.
So for those online, if you want to send up in the private chat, your comments to Han. Yesterday, right? Han?
Yes, correct.
You are the husband, you are the one who get in trouble.
Right?
So you can send in the private chat your comments to Han. 1 minute, Mr. Timer.
One minute.
Thanks, Akin.
No problem.
So the theme is fireside chat. I've got to tell you this story of running into Tosin at the PMI conference this past, what was it, August? Was it in August? Yes. So I ran into Tosin and Jacob, right?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I need to rejoin that. And Toaster was like, oh yeah, we are meeting in person. We're doing hybrid. And I was like, sweet. Okay. I got all my stuff. I signed up and everything. And I even got my husband to come that day. So we made it to the library and I was texting Jessica. I said, I'm here, but I don't know where you guys are at. She's like, oh, we're only doing virtual. I said, oh crap. I got to head all the way back. So I went all the way back to the house, jump online, and there Tosin was on the screen. So I am going to read Tosin's introduction. Tosin is a certified senior project manager at Siemens who works with their organizations to accelerate their business transformation to a more digital, profitable, and sustainable future. He joined Toastmaster in 2023 and is currently serving as the Southwest Project Management Toastmasters Club president. He's giving a speech titled The Streams of Success. And I bow to your eloquency.
Thank you.
At 17 years, I had grand plans, had ambitious plans. When my teenage friends were busy looking out to watch the next football match or trying to avoid the next household chores, I wanted to do something. I wanted to sell phone accessories. I was busy selling phone covers, phone chargers, and anything that you can call phone accessories at the age of 17. I was born and raised in Kaduna, in Nigeria, the northern part in Africa. And in that particular state, Kaduna, you have a mix predominantly Hausa and Fulani natives. And it's quite an interesting mix of natives and tribes in the sense that when you meet a Hausa or a Fulani person, the first thing they tell you is that, "Hey, Abuki," and that means, "Hi, my friend." When you meet another Fulani man or a Hausa man, they tell you, "Yayade," which means, "How are you doing?" It's quite an interesting feel having to live and work in that particular environment because it was quite interesting. Now, in an attempt to just get into life after high school, I knew that, of course, I was going to go into college, but I had a bit of gap. And while I was thinking about it, I thought about it, maybe I could just get into business. Before then, I'd heard notes, music in my head, constantly playing notes of entrepreneurship, notes of being or going into business. And that was exactly what I did at age 17. Now, having sold, phone accessories for about a year, which was, I would say, was fairly successful. And I'll tell you why it was successful. It was successful because in a period of 1 year, I was able to double my revenue and also increase my profit margin from the sale of phone accessories from about 7% to 15%, which I thought at that age, 17 years old age, I thought it was a great accomplishment. Now, but after 1 year, I wasn't completely sure what was going on. And then I quit. I quit because I was fearful. I was timid. I felt I couldn't sustain the the business, which I felt, and it was obvious that I was fairly successful. The truth about it is that fear, it's something that would always deter you and I from achieving our goals in life. Fear, as it's been said, is false evidence appearing real. Fear will deter you from achieving your goals, your dreams, and your plans in life. Now, fast forward, I went into college, did engineering course, graduated with honors, and then at age 26, whilst waiting to get a professional job in an oil and gas firm, I started hearing this music again. This song played in my head over and over. The strings, the notes of entrepreneurship just consistently got into me. At the time, I'd lived with my sister. She had a music studio and a music band. And in one of the days, I found out that the facility where she used for her music studio had a space that was just left fallow, without use, without value. And then one morning, as I was thinking through what will I do with that particular facility that was essentially not being useful, I decided to play these notes like this. So that was the notes that I played. And then it dawned on me that perhaps I could set up a music school. And that was exactly what I did. I set up a music school, but of course, I had a discussion with my sister. My sister, she was kind enough to give me her blessings. And then I set up a 14 member, got a guitarist, a pianist, a saxophonist, and a cleaner. So we had a strategy session, the 5 of us, myself inclusive, five of us. And we thought about it, came up with some sketchy business plans, and then also with some sketchy marketing plans. And then we went out to the streets, I started sharing posters, flyers, and of course, we actually were so careful because we didn't want the Lord to come to us, so we're really careful where we did paste those posters. And then with continuous and intense marketing, within a week, I got my first client. A parent called me and said, "Hi, is this the music school?" I said, "Yes." And the parent said, "I would like to bring in my 2 kids so that they can learn how to play the piano." And of course, that was how I got my first client. We continued the whole process, and then within another week, we got 3 adults and 4 kids playing and learning different kind of instruments. And within a month, got scaled to about 8 adults and about 6 kids. And it went on like that in increments over a period of 6 months, where we were able to scale. And then it was quite an interesting experience for me because I was involved in strategy, operations, HR, and just name it, procurement. Now, the fun part, or I would say the not too fun part, was that again, after 3 years, the journey of my life, listening to this song, playing this note over and over as an entrepreneur, got hit by the rock. I quit again after 3 years. Why did I quit? I was fearful. Again, I was timid. I felt I couldn't sustain the business. I just felt I couldn't sustain getting clients that would come to my music school. The truth about life is that whenever we entertain fear, it's almost certain that achieving our goals, achieving our dreams will not come to fruition. Now, the flip side of this whole story was that there was something that consistently worked for me, and that was purpose. I was focused on purpose because the truth about it is that someone said that if you do not live a life of purpose, it's as good as you're not living on this earth. I'd like to tell you, friends, Toastmasters, and guests, would you be resolute today? Would you be dedicated to your cause? The truth about it is that when you hear this music, this song, this strings play in your head, you listen to your inner voice and play the strings that would help you to move your life from wherever level you are to achieving extraordinary success. Thank you.
Oh, Akeem, can we have 1 minute for comments? Thank you, Joseph.
Sure.
Invisible doors.
It's black. It's
1
blue
minute.
and black. What happened?
Yes.
Okay. For the people online?
Yeah.
I don't know because I have the microphone. Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you, Akeem. Thanks, Akeem. Now we're going from talking about purpose and Tosin's eloquency and telling us about his story and fear keeping him from achieving his goals. To Avi, I hope it's okay that I stole your intro from our site. Okay, no worries. So everybody probably knows Avi here, and Avi's always very personable every time I've seen him, whether it's online or in person. He loves meeting people, and like I said, he's very personable in discussing ideas. He feels the more we collaborate, the more we grow. As for his history, he is a seasoned professional with a technical backdrop now in project management, nurturing teams and organizations to align with a common goal. Over a decade and a half, he has led a trend that drives innovation and value to disrupt modern technology and success factors. His hobby is create creative compositions with light and subject, i.e. photography. And I got here to the meeting and Avi had like cameras and he had everything set up. He is so prepared. So Avi, I'm excited to listen to your eloquent speech on to all the fake people you may know.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Hope you can see my screen. Now, we all are working in different areas, and once in a while, we get a chance to focus on things that is not work and not family. So I'm going to show some of the pictures up there, and I'm going to ask you whether you know them or not. And this doesn't work. Yeah.
Are you good?
Just click once, right click. All right. Do you know any of these people?
Yes.
Can you name them?
Mark.
Yes.
Mark, Ross, Mark, the swimmer. Yeah, that's right.
Wayne Johnson.
The Rock, yeah. The Rock. Michael Phelps. Yeah.
Phelps.
Okay, so at least
Osaka.
that's Naomi Osaka, that's Michael Phelps,
Phelps.
Simeon Biles, Dwayne Johnson, and Ronda Rousey from UFC. Can you press the next button? Up. Yeah. Can you name any of them here?
Gaga. Beyonce.
All right. Okay.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Okay. So most of you got right here. This is Beyonce, Selena Gomez, Nicki Minaj, Lady Gaga, and Miley Cyrus. They all represent their area of focus. That is entertainment, and the previous one that you saw was the sports area. They have done really good job, and they are leading in what area they are in. Can you press the next button? Two things that is actually common between them. The first thing, is that, as I said, they are really on the peak of their career. The sports people, they are known when you look at them, when they walk into a room, they are the first people you recognize, as you did right now, but just by looking at the picture. Same thing happened with the entertainment people. That's actually what drives them. That is the reason they are doing everything every single day. Their passion is to be on top of their world. Their passion is to do what gives them the most joy of doing what they are doing right now, right? Can you go? 5 things that they do every single day or every single time just so that they can be on top of it. Resilience, commitment, positive attitude, courage, and mental strength. So for resilience, I'll give an example, right? Every time they are trying to be on top of their field, if things doesn't go as what they're planning for, they don't give up. They don't give up. They go, they try again. They go every single day, every day they are waking up. Commitment, even though they fail, they win, they are going to try again. They're going to be the one that they are planning to be. All of that requires positive attitude. If you want to stand in front of a crowd, right now I am like in front of you guys and I'm shaking because this is Toastmasters, right? But they stand in front of hundreds and thousands of people. They cannot go with a negative attitude. They have to go positively and have courage. And all of that requires mental strength. One cannot be weak and then think that I'll be on top of that world. That is extremely needed. There is a second thing, which is also common between all of them. And that is, all of these guys have suffered from mental illness. Specifically, depression. For any of you want to know what depression is, it is a severe symptom that actually impacts how you think, how you feel, and your day-to-day life. It messes up with every thought process that you have, and it stays with you at times for days and for weeks. For people who are going through it, only they are the one who can understand the kind of pull that they have. I'll give for you live examples here. Jorge is one of the famous Fort Bend County runner. And he is known for like running for miles and miles. Someone like him, sometimes if that kind of issue happens, it's not easy to wake up every morning and run every single day. So as you played wonderful music instrument. People who are playing that, common person, will have a lot of drag that doesn't help them at all. I'll give you some stats, please. 1 in 5 in America is suffering from mild depression issues. 1 in 20 in America right now is suffering from severe depression issues. And the first 2 slides that you have seen, they are the people who are on top of the field. They know what they want to achieve in their goal. Common people, just like you and me. What we are trying to make a living every single day. We are trying to be the best person that we can be at our work. We are trying to be the best husband, best wife, best boyfriend, best girlfriend, or best whatever it is. And for many, all of that at once. And all of it is happening while we are having this issue with us, the drag with us. And that's where I'm saying you and me have to go through all that 5 things. Again, we wake up in the morning, we are going for a job, we may not get the raise that we are expecting, the promotion that we are expecting, but still we are resilient. Whether we are facing the success or failure, we are committed to it. We wake up every morning, we put the kids to school with a positive attitude. We have to have courage to go back to the 405 freeway and drive there and have issues there also, but we have to face it with courage. Mental strength, that is something that we do have to go through every single day. Now, it's not easy at times for a common person like us to go through it, but we have to carry on, as I was saying. Now, just to give an example, how in a regular way it looks like, I'm going to show one quick video here.
Oh wow, how you doing? You good? Oh, sorry, thank you. How you doing? God, it's exciting, isn't it?
So, how's the week been?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope things are better outside of football.
Here's the thing, the point I'm trying to make. People don't fake depression. People fake being okay. And the point or the speech title that I gave to the all fake people you may know. And you may know many of them who we don't even know is going through something like this. Many of us may be in this meeting right now. If anyone wants to talk, we are a family here. We are a family. Reach out, speak to someone, talk to someone. It helps. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Avi. That's a great speech. It's hard to come back and talk after listening to just such an amazing speech. Akeem, can we have 1 minute for
Sure,
feedback?
sure, go for it. One minute.
Thanks again. All right. We had 3 really great stories by the fireside today. I want to reach out to the timer. Did everybody qualify?
Unfortunately, no.
Can you let-
Only the first speaker qualified. Topsy and Ivy did not qualify.
Oh,
So Han is the automatic winner tonight.
hey.
So yeah, sorry guys.
All right, guys. So
Sorry, just so everyone is aware, Tosin is over and Ivy is under.
okay.
Yes, he is under. I was shocked, but yeah, I thought it would be over. But yeah, that's just a go ahead, Madam Toastmaster.
I have to say I was up against some tough competition.
I know.
You guys were amazing. Now we have table topic master. Rafi, are you there? No,
Yeah, hi.
table topics
Yeah,
today.
I'm here.
Okay, are we doing table topics today or no? Oh, no time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have enough time.
Okay, sorry, Rafia.
No problem. Next time.
Signing up next time. Yes, save it up for the next time. So now I will turn it over to our general evaluator, Jorge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we are going for the evaluation part of our meeting. So to evaluate the first speaker, that was Han, we'll have Rafia Safi will be your evaluator.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. I'm here. Okay, first of all, it is a great pleasure to see you again, Han, because when you were active, I was not there. But good to see you back here. Yeah, thank you so much for participating actively. And the speech that you presented, and I heard last time also, but last time I was myself was a speaker, so I was not enjoying much. So today I enjoyed a lot more than that. So your story, the way you told the story, first of all, I like the way you were saying it, you were telling it. It was just like fierce chat. it was not like formal speech, and like you were not tense, you were happy all the time, you were smiling, and you were walking and using the stage properly. And I was enjoying, and you were involved too much into that story. And it was just like, I'm just informally, you are telling us and we are listening, and there was no fear of stage fright, and there was nothing like you were kind of, tense, you were relaxed. That was a great thing. And the way you connected your storytelling skill to your work, that was amazing. And you started your speech with a question. That was great. You involved the audience, and the audience were also with you all the time, and I could see that. And you started with your own story, and then you said about the qualities of a good storyteller, how one has to be immersed in the story, how one has to create an environment, and the way you were telling to your kids. And your husband was asking you the tips, how you were telling stories to your kids. And you were right, the storytelling should be impactful. Of course, the kids will pay their full attention if there's something they're getting, if it's making an effect on them, if it's kind of you're acting it out, definitely. And then you connected your own storytelling to your work, and the way you were connecting to your customers, and the way you were preparing your team. And then you gave us the analogy of pig crew. The pig crew, the way everyone is playing the role, and everyone is kind of doing their role, and they are ready to move on, and they are ready to help out the other person who needs help. That was great. And during your speech, you are great in your clarity. Your eye contact was there, and you were using the gestures. And as I said before, that you were walking back and forth, and you were telling them, and the story that you were saying, that was kind of familiar, and everyone could connect easily. They could understand well. And you were comfortable, and you were into the story. You were kind of into that story, the way you were telling. So thank you so much for sharing. And simply that I can just give you a suggestion, and aware of that. For some crutch words, if you can reduce them, that would be great. But thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Hannah. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Rafi. I appreciate it. So now for our second evaluator of the evening, evaluating Tosin, we will have tonight. Anne, please.
Talk a lot in this session here. Tosin, it's hard to evaluate you because I have to like really search and see like, oh, where can I help you grow? So I'm gonna use the sandwich method, which is good, something to work on, good again. So your eye contact, your hand gesture, they're spot on. I actually was watching a video, and what you were doing is what's bringing the audience in and drawing them into your speech. Your eye contact, that you think it's looking in your eyes for about a second. No, it's actually 10 seconds. And I learned this in class MBA. So you did it. It was really good because when you look at each person and spend about 10 seconds looking at them, they're actually drawn into your conversation. You had a really good beat to your speech. I could follow it. And there was a great tone, and it wasn't just flat. It followed your story about how excited you were, but you were building your business up, and then the downfall of being fearful. At some parts of the story, I was kind of confused, like why would you not put posters in the north? So maybe elaborate just a little bit, just because for curious minds like myself, and just to find out, well, why wouldn't you post your posters and offer it up north? I assume maybe because, I don't know, from this area or something, maybe, I don't know. Oh, my favorite part is how you're standing here, you're talking, and then you go, and then you go even further. And I'm like, there's not much more. But you don't make us feel like you're on us. You make us feel like you're bringing us into your world, your speech, which is super awesome. And then finally, you added music to it. You know, what better way to enhance your speaking than music? Because it's very relaxing and very calming. And when you started playing, I was like, oh, it's really cool. So thank you for your speech. It was really great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent evaluation. And finally, no better person to evaluate one of our best evaluators in this club. That is Carol. Carol will be evaluating one of our best speakers too. Carol, your microphone is off.
Unmute. Okay, thank you very much, Jorge. I appreciate your introduction. And Avi, I loved your speech. I always do love your speeches, but this one was very, very impactful in what the subject matter was. And you contributed to how impactful it was by the slides that you put forth. It was very well organized, and your slides just drew us in immediately, caught everybody's attention, at least certainly mine, and it seemed like it caught everybody else's attention as well by showing people that we all knew, and we had to respond to your question. Who are these people? So that draws us in immediately and gets us engaged with what you're doing with your slides. Your delivery was fluent, very fluent. You delivered your speech very well, and you had it organized very well. And one thing that I appreciated was that you reinforced your topics. You stated the same thing twice in two separate parts of your speech. And that's always a good thing, because it reinforces what your topics were and what your critical takeaways were in this speech. The content was good, your delivery was good, your connection with us was good. Then you went on to speak about the people and the resilience, their commitment, their positive attitude, their courage, and their mental strength, that they don't give up. They're at the peak of their careers, and they plan to stay at the peak of their careers because that is their passion. And they use those 5 skills: resilience, commitment, positive attitude, courage, and mental strength, to keep on top of what they're doing. Those are all good things. And then you related that to all of us, how we have the same, we can do the same. We have our commitments to our families. We have our commitments to our jobs. We have our commitments to our communities, and we can do all of those things. Then you morphed into the subject of depression, and how 1 in 20 people will suffer very serious depression. And yet we still need to continue on with our duties and remain committed, resilient, take a positive attitude, use courage, and have mental strength. All of that was very impactful. And the video was hugely impactful because, of course, I guess everybody, including myself, was thinking that the less enthusiastic man was the one who was depressed. And in the end, the video indicated that it was the most enthusiastic fellow. So that was a fake person as you were speaking of it. And in that regard, then, you encouraged us all when we come to these meetings or in any of our other communities to reach out to others in a friendly way, but not a way to try and dig into other people's psyches, but at least be open to them so that they can discuss any issues that they might have with us. Thank you very much again, Avi. The only thing I can say for a improvement to your speech is elaborate more thoroughly on actions that we can take by others to help others with their issues in depression. I couldn't gauge your eye contact because I couldn't see you. But other than that, it was a wonderful speech. Thank you.
So that finish our evaluation part. Madam Toastmasters, floor is back to you. We need a minute
Voting,
to,
right?
yeah, minute for voting. Oh, first, Mr. Timer, did all the evaluators qualify?
No, sir. Rafia qualified, Han qualified, but Carol did not qualify.
So if everybody online can in a private message chat me or between Rafia and Han for best speaker and the president here, you can just put in a piece of paper your vote. Yeah, the two evaluators that qualify are. Yes, yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah. Oh, because we are at the end of the, yeah. I was just trying to collect this. So that's fine. I'll do it in one week. So with this, if everybody already voted, I am going to ask our grammarian to please provide the grammarian report.
I don't know if I need to stand up for this, but I will. All right. So my understanding as a grammarian is to count how many times folks use the word eloquent. I'm very disappointed in this chapter. Come on. All right, so Han, you have one. Jorge, you have one. So to not show his bias, I'll give the win to Jorge. My job is to review the language used by everybody. Being respectful to time, I'm going to focus on Tosin, Avi, and Han's speeches. The words that struck me that were notable in your speeches. The words that stood out for me in your speech was impact, environment, immersed, hopefully, bring back, team. Everything was very, I'll use the word fluid. It was good use of language. Moving over to Tosin's, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Interestingly, this is a side note. I'm a grammarian, so I can use this. It actually deals with language. And in Japanese language, a lot of the words are consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Just having this conversation with somebody. And apparently a lot of African language also are consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. Weird trivia for you. And I was looking at the name Tosin, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. There you go. Your last name doesn't match in there though. Nonetheless, the words that stood out to me was grand, ambitious. And then it resonated with the strings of success where you use music in your speech. It was phenomenal. I loved it. Notes of entrepreneurship really stuck out to me. The use of defining the word fear. Fake evidence appearing real. I didn't catch it at first. Well, wait a minute. I loved it. I'm going to steal it. Just giving you a heads up. And then you went back to it again, hearing the notes of entrepreneurship. Again, using the analogy of hearing things, but thinking them. It was beautiful. Loved it. And then other words with strategy, purpose. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if the word metaphors, maybe metaphor, analogy is a great use of it. Moving over to Avi. the words that stood out for me, again, yours was very, I think someone said fluent on describing somebody's speech, maybe yours. So I'm stealing that for yours as well. Represent, leading, drives, passion, peak. Not only did you use these impactful, strong, positive words in your speech, you defined them on a slide. You said, hey, these are important words, everybody. Here's 5 of them. I was like, well, there you go. As a grammarian, you just made my job very easy. And not only did you do that, you went back to them to make sure people realize these 5 words and characteristics are impactful and they're the message of the speech. So good use of words and language. So high five.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grammarian. I know you were not going to disappoint us.
Oh, I got one more. I got one more. Stealing way too much time. The timer isn't timing me, so I get away with it.
There is no really time for the.
So I get to go on forever. One of the best storytellers is Paul Harvey. If you know who Paul Harvey is, if you know, you know. If you don't, YouTube Paul Harvey. It takes a few minutes. He's got long stories. They are worth it. I want to give a shout out to, I think it was Carol. You have the same vibe characteristics that Paul Harvey has. Very captivating when you speak. So thumbs up.
You just brought me back to the 90s. And thank you for your eloquence.
There you go, for the win.
Next report is from our counter. Jake, if you can please give us a report.
All right, thank you. For the ad counter report, I want to say that most people did a great job. I believe everyone did a great job in reducing the amount of crutch words used in this meeting. There was a lot of pauses as opposed to using the crutch word or repeating phrases. Majority of the speakers had less than 3 crutch words. And then I did note that Han had about 12 in total throughout the Toastmaster and the speech. So I believe it was a great improvement, especially as last week she did have a couple more. So awesome job. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Jake. And finally, timer report. Mr. Timer?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. For the prepared speeches, speaker number 1, Han, 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Speaker number 2, Tosin, 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Speaker number 3, Avi, 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Evaluators, Rafia, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Han, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And Carol, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. And finally, the report from the General Evaluator. So I have to report that the meeting started on time, very well organized. It was great that we have all the roles taken ahead of time. So we were able to start the meeting with no really any hiccups. Excellent use of the technology tonight, and I want to thank our IT expert here. We were able to see simultaneously the people in the room and the people online, so that was great. And definitely excellent use of props, like for Tosin using the guitar and playing some music for us. This is actually the first time in any Toastmaster meeting that I hear somebody playing music alive. So that's a great thing to do. And we are going to finish our meeting also ahead of time. So that is perfect. So I can report that this has been a great meeting so far. Thank you very much. Madam Toastmaster.
That's the, I'll let you do. Oh, okay, well, you have to come up here. So, nothing winner. Well, we had really great fireside stories today, hearing from Tosin, myself, and Avi, and even hearing from all of our evaluator. So at this point, I'm gonna turn the meeting back over to Tosin and let him announce the winner.
Thank you. Will you, can you just stay back? All right. For the best speaker today, drum rolls. Best speakers had.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, needed to say again. And then we also have the best evaluator as Hannah as well. Yeah. Two pictures.
Thank you
so much. You all will agree with me, today has been an exciting day for us. For me, it's been fun, it's been insightful, and it's been great. Having said that, I'd like to call on Carol, if you're still on the line. Would you be kind to tell us why you joined Toastmasters in 1 minute? You're muted.
I'm sorry. I guess I joined Toastmasters to learn how to use the darn Zoom and mute and unmute in an appropriate way. I've been a Toastmaster since 2007. I enjoy public speaking. I've been a public speaker since I was probably in the 3rd grade. In our classrooms, we were taught elocution, in which we had to stand up and give a speech, memorize a poem, or give a speech. Much like the children do today when they do the Martin Luther King Day. We had to do that kind of thing when I was little, and we carried it on, and I've carried it on ever since. In my professional life, I had to do a lot of training and developing personal training programs and delivering those in a timely manner to many, many people and work crews from all the way up to board members, all the way down to the people that work on the shop floor. So I've had a lot of experience in public speaking prior to joining Toastmasters. And I figured I'm just going to keep doing it because I like it. It keeps the old brain cells working. Thank you, Tosin.
Thank you. I'd also take a cue from what Grace said, that you've got an interesting voice like that of Paul Harvey. So I'll probably take that and go watch to YouTube as well. Okay, we also have a guest online that I'd like to see if you can just say 1 or 2 words from your side, Rose, if that's okay with you. Tell us what you enjoyed about our meeting today. If there are any things you feel we can improve on, we'll be so grateful to listen to you, Rose.
Thank you so much, Tosin. I truly enjoyed this meeting. And 3 things. 1, great speakers. 2, I learned a few things from a personal development perspective from the speakers. And 3, I enjoyed the evaluators. The only thing I would point out as a growth area would be the technology. Most of the time, as an attendee virtually, I could not hear some of the speakers. And I was really bummed out because I did not get to hear and have a chance to enjoy Tosin's music. I would have loved to hear that. But I know Tosin, so he is going to provide a rendition of that at some point. So I'm not so sad about that. But all in all, it was a great meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. I know that we have just about 5 more minutes, but it's a bit remiss of me not to also call in-person guest. Tammy, would you like to say a word to us? what you enjoyed most about our meeting and where we can improve on.
I can honestly say I was blown away by the speeches. They were, I mean, for a group where there is a lot of learning and growing going on, I feel like you excel. I mean, I'm excited because I feel like I'm learning from some of the best already, just in the way that you presented. I mean, you pulled me in immediately. The passion was there. I think that's something that I really experienced firsthand, is the passion that you all have and the way that you present. And so I appreciated that. So I'm excited to be a part of the group, but I'm here. But that's why I'm here. And so again, I just appreciated it. And I do like the flow. I really felt like the ability to kind of gauge yourself with the timer, with the, you know, the red, yellow, or the red, orange, and red. I can't do my colors today. Yeah, I thought that's a very effective way to kind of keep you on track and on time. So yeah, but thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Tammy. And
Yeah.
just to let you know, there's no pressure. Just take your time, okay? When you feel you're confident enough to join us, you're very much welcome.
I should add one other thing, and this is not something I typically admit, but one of the other reasons that I'm here to present is I have a reaction when I present. Even though I don't feel nervous, my body thinks I should be nervous, and I get very red. And I'm hoping that at some point I can train myself out of that. Now, I am kind of red. My complexion is typically red, but when I get up here and speak, you'll see that sometimes my face can get bright red. So thumb. Oh, gum. Because no, somebody said this, like doing this with your fingers. So I thought that's what you were doing, that kind of helped.
Just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Tammy, for the words. And of course, I'd like to turn to Chris. Please, a word from you.
It's been a few years. I've really enjoyed when I came to Toastmasters before. I missed it. And as the years went by, it's like, now that I'm here again, yes, now I remember why I miss it. It's a great opportunity, good people, good opportunity. So thumbs up.
Thank you, Chris. We do appreciate it. And now Adora. Yeah, of course. We have one more person online as well. Adora, would you like to say hi to us again? Is that okay? And just tell us what you learned today and if there are anything or any areas you want us to improve on. Adora.
Okay, well, I'm not going to repeat everyone else's, but one thing I do enjoy is that everyone is open to learning and getting better. So you don't have to feel like, you know it all, but just come here and, learn and get better. So I do like the environment that we're being encouraged to even, try new things and get that feedback and get better. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought we all deserve a round of applause for having gone through a successful meeting today. And I want to say thank you to everyone, from our Sergeant of Arms to all the participants online, in person. I want to say thank you. And for our next meeting, Jorge, you want to please?
I will confirm we should be here, but I need to confirm the vote. Okay. I'll post it online.
Okay.
On our Facebook page and on our website. So for sure.
Okay.
Most likely, yes, it will be here.
Okay. So in terms of our next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks' time, correct? It's going to be in 2 weeks' time. We'll definitely confirm if it's going to be this venue, but it's most likely going to be this venue. But we would definitely send emails, different announcements just to ensure that we keep everybody up to date. Again, I want to say thank you for a successful meeting. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. One more thing. Thanks, Han. It's our culture that after today's or any meeting for the day, we try to tell people if they'll be willing to volunteer as either the general evaluator or the Toastmaster of the day. So can we please get volunteers either in person or online at Toastmasters for the day for the next meeting and the general evaluator? Any volunteers, please? Okay. Okay, I can be the Toastmaster of the day.
Jorge, you're muted.
Yeah, I said that I will be present in next meeting, but I can be also the Toastmaster, the impromptu Toastmaster.
So you'll be the Toastmaster of the day? Is that it?
No, not the impromptu.
Okay, so I can be the Toastmaster for the next meeting. Do we have a general evaluator? In person, online? 1, 2, counting, 3, go. Okay. We'll try to reach out to people and just see if we can get your evaluator maybe in the week or the coming days. Again, I want to say thank you. And okay, so this room, I just got confirmation from Jorge that this room will be available in 2 weeks' time for our next meeting. So we can all converge here. And of course, the people online as well, if you want to join, that's fantastic. But it's going to be here in 2 weeks' time. Again, I want to say thank you. And I want to wish everybody safe travels back to your destination. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.